Oh, the people say that I'm a machine, a robotic thing with no real feelings, but you remind me what it means to be human. Human.
What up, everybody? Welcome back to Nashville Unsigned. We are hanging out with Class 13's newest artist, Miss Daniella Mason. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for being here. You have been on our radar for quite some time. So tell us where you're from, and then how long you've been in Nashville. And I'm assuming the move happened for music.
Yeah, so I'm originally from Dallas. I moved here about 12 years ago. So I've been here a while. I've seen Nashville change a lot. I've seen the pop world change a lot. Mm-hmm. And it's been really fun to just watch the transition of a city. I did move here for music. Mm-hmm. And this is really where my career and my artistry unfolded. And I owe a lot to Nashville and the creative community here, as they've kind of made me who I am.
It's so cool because I feel like as Nashville grows and the creative scene grows, it's like we're all constantly inspired by the creativity that rotates around us.
Absolutely. It's like a cycle. I feel like I'm inspired by someone else, and it really makes me up my game because I see how great they are. And then someone else will say, well, you've inspired me. And then someone will be inspired by them. And it's just the circle of life, I guess.
Speaking of a circle of life and Lion King, you grew up in a jungle.
That was such a good segue.
That was it just all came.
I love it. Yeah, so my parents became missionaries when I was 8. And so we did a lot of humanitarian work, and we did a lot of relief work after disasters. So that was one of the things that we were sort of responsible for. And so spent a lot of time in the jungle and in the mountains in Mexico. Spent some time in Haiti after the earthquake. So I feel like that sort of nomad lifestyle prepared me for now, because now I'm very ready and willing to be nomadic and be all over the place and live in a van and all of that.
Well, and you've got, I kind of want to talk about what's happening this year with your music. You've got this genius approach, and we see a lot of music. We've never seen this happen with an artist before, where they're rolling out 4 EPs, and Emotional State launched last year. You've got Emotional, Mental, Spiritual, and Physical State. 4 different EPs, and it's called State of Mind, M-I-N-E.
Mm-hmm, yeah, it's confusing. I don't know why they just call it
genius.
State of Mind, but
no. It's the state of your mind.
Yeah.
The state of mind. Yeah. So that's genius. So did your life experience, is that how you came up with the concept? Is because you've seen so much at a young age that you wanted to talk about different things that were happening around the world and in your own mind? So how did the EP come about, and how did your childhood play into that?
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know that it was a purposeful decision, but now that you've said that, I definitely feel like everything in my life has led me to this place, and everything I've experienced. I decided to do this series because I was sitting on a lot of music. I had a 3-year period where I wasn't able to release very much music because I was in a deal. And in my personal life, I sort of had this journey of becoming more well-rounded, open, free. And I had a lot of obstacles in my own life emotionally that were keeping me from being those things. And I wanted to tell a story of sort of my healing and resurrection and the way that all happened. Yeah. And it kind of coincided with my business idea as well, of kind of compartmentalizing, putting out these little chunks of content that all go together. And so in one moment, I kind of realized how it could all work together, both creatively and business-wise. And for me personally, the growth came from first me opening myself up to my emotional life. And that's why I did Emotional State first. It was me dealing and finally facing my past trauma, my past pain. And once I opened myself up to experiencing the feelings of being a human and not stifling all of it, it really opened up the rest of my states. So it opened me up to my mental state, my physical state, and then finally my spiritual state.
Our last question is the wild segment. So in your journey of not just music, but in your younger years with missionary parents and moving into music and, being with the deal and then, being independent, what do you think your most valuable learning lesson is that you can either give to peers or up-and-comers that you've learned along the way? It's like that golden nugget.
Yeah. I have so many lessons. I think one of the best lessons I've learned is what I can do and what I can't do.
Yeah.
And to be more flexible with recognizing when I don't know best. And I think the second big lesson I've learned, I wish I would have learned earlier, is the ability to zoom out to see where you are in your career. So when I first started, and there's always this like moment where there's buzz and it's like the new person on the scene, the talk of the town, and it happens at the beginning. And I did not know I was in that season when I was in it. And I wish someone would have told me, you will not have this kind of buzz for always. And be able to zoom out and see like who you are in the greater industry, in the greater community, and learn to sort of appreciate the small things that come with that specific chapter. And when it's time to move on and have no regrets.
Thank you so much, dude. What a wise soul you are. I feel like you're like, if you were a person in another life, you'd be like the medicine woman in a Cherokee Indian reservation. I feel like of the music industry, I feel like you're this old soul inside of a young body. But thank you so much for being here. And where can they find you on all things social media, website, all that good stuff?
Yes, so it's Daniella Mason on all things, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. That's Daniella with 2 L's. And yeah, pretty much my screen name on everything. Try to make it simple.
Yay. And so we have Mental State coming out very, very soon, guys. So if you're following her on all things social media, then you're going to be hip to when this is released. So thank you so much for being here.
But in the attic,
Okay, we're out of here.
there's some magic. It's hidden away for the day that it'll be found out. Oh, the people say